today I'm going to show you the Eclips by Sizzix. This is a really great machine, and I know a lot of you are looking for an alternative to some of the machines you may have now that aren't able to use the sure cuts a lot or make the cut. And I'm happy to tell you that very soon, like September or October, Eclips will be compatible with the sure cuts a lot. Let me go over some of the features. The Eclips is a standalone machine, which is really great. You have this really cool little keypad which pops up, and you can use the keypad or the dials here to navigate your cartridge. The cartridges are real tiny. They're this big, and they come with a little booklet, and here's like the little case that everything's held in. Like that goes right in there, booklet goes in here. So they're great for crops and stuff. I'm going to put this back in here, and to navigate it you just use these buttons here, and up, down, around, and so easy to use. I picked up on it in a heartbeat. Today I'm going to show you, since fall is coming up, I'm going to go to the flowers. First it pulls up, let me go back a second. First it pulls up this nice little menu here. And this one is the one you get with the Eclips. It's Starter and Rockin' Jane. And shows flowers, frames, phrases, Rockin' Jane font, and shapes. So you can just flip through these by hitting the down button, and it'll just go right through those. So today I'm going to show you some of the cool features that it has by going to this little oak leaf and acorn. And so I'm going to pull that up. I just went over, hit OK, and before I do that, I'm going to show you, it's a solid outline shadow pieces, which is really great. You don't need to, it's kind of like it's kind of dummy proof, which is, you know, super. It just, everything is all spelled out for you, what each thing can do. So like this, the flower before has shadow pieces and embellishments. The flower before that has shadow and pieces. So each thing, it tells you what it can do, what its extra features are. It tells you what size your mat is on here, tells you what the weight of that you're cutting, because it will automatically, you change the weight. Right now I have medium cardstock in here. If you change that, it'll also change your speed and pressure for you, which is wonderful. You don't have to worry about any changes yourself. So I'm going to choose this. So I'm going to hit OK. And it tells you what its suggested minimum height is, so that you get nice cuts and everything. I'm going to keep it the 4 inches. That's fine. So I'm going to hit apply. And so what I want to do, I want to cut these out in pieces. So I'm going to hit here, and it's going to take me back over. So here it shows my outline, or the solid, I'm sorry. Then the outline, the shadow, and the pieces. So I'm going to show you something really cool. We're going to go to pieces, and I'm going to do the leaf one first. I want 2 leaves, and then the acorn I want to cut out in sections. So we're going to do the acorn. I'm going to set this here. I'm going to put my paper in. And you just set the paper in here. And these are the 2 shades of green I want to cut with my leaf. And then this is for my acorn down here. This is a great way to save on your paper. You're able to use up little scraps and stuff. The blade is over on the left hand side, and it goes from left to right, kind of like how we read, which makes it a little less confusing. Also, all the cuts start in the upper left-hand corner. So when you're trying to find out where a cut's going to start, it's up in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to choose this leaf to cut. So I can hit OK. And then I'm just going to hit cut because it's already in its little spot. It says do not remove cartridge. So it's cutting out my first leaf. Okay, for my second leaf, I want to cut that same leaf again, but I want to cut it on this green piece here. So I'm going to arrow over on here. Went too fast. If you hit it once, it goes slow. If you hit it twice, then it's going to go faster. So I'm just going to go real slow to the left-hand side. Now, if you hit this little view button here, it's going to have where you can laser cut preview. So I can open this up and hit L. And it's going to show us a laser of where this is going to cut our leaf. So we can make sure it's going to cut right on that green mat. That way we can save our paper and it's going to cut just fine. So now I can hit OK and cut. And it's going to cut it. This is a great way to use up those little scraps of paper that you might have, or that one beautiful piece that you like, oh, I only have one chance to cut this piece of paper, you don't want to mess up. This way you can preview it and make sure your cut's going to be just right. Okay, now I want to cut the acorns. I'm going to go down, and I can go down pretty fast. I'm going to double, and I'm going to go over. And go back onto it. Here we go. We can go right about there. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next image, which is the acorn. So I'm going to add that to my queue, put it right up there, and then I'm going to go over, and I can leave these all at 4 inches. It's not going to cut my acorn at 4 inches. It's going to just cut the pieces that I want. Like, it's going to cut it in the right size, if that makes sense to you. It's, you know... So I'm going to cut the acorn and then also this little centerpiece of it. So I'm going to hit OK because I want both those to be the light brown. So it's going to cut those two. And then my last piece, I can go over here, and I need to move my cursor, my little blade. I can move it a little faster. Ooh, it moves real fast. Move it over to the brown, and if we want to preview that again, that's always fun. It's going to laser preview. Yep, it's going to be just fine. So now we can cut. done. And then we can unload our paper and see what we have. Okay, I put all these on paper that has, it's the sticky back paper, so it was real heavy. So here's my little, here's the leaf. Here's the leaf. Look how nice it turned out. Here's my acorn. Here's the other leaf. The top of the acorn and the bottom. Top of the acorn, we can just pull off the back, and that's going to go right on top and matches up perfectly. And on the bottom of the acorn is going to go right. I didn't need to cut this out because it's of course the same exact color, but I wanted to show you how nicely that matched up. So, and then we have our two leaves. So I could stamp the bottom of the acorn and then put it on if I want some cool writing or texture or something. So this is how they turned out. They look fabulous. Turn this over and show you. The cuts are so beautiful. And I'll have some other videos showing some other features like the scoring, which is fabulous. Love the scoring. Here's a cute little box I made, and oh my god, the scoring on this, I don't know if you can see, is unbelievable. And so I will show you some of the other features in other videos. But yeah, the scoring, it actually cuts halfway through the paper instead of making those little dashes. So it's unbelievable. I'm still getting, like, finding out all the features of this, and I'm in love. So I hope this helped, and I will have some more videos out there for you. All right, bye.